Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angryprepper. Thank you for joining me on the Angry Truth channel. So today we're going to talk about this nonsense that I started hearing a couple days ago. Now, I saw this trend start probably last year this time, especially when COVID started to take over here in New York. I saw people wearing a double mask. So one side of me looked at that and I'm like, yeah, that's not a bad idea. I mean, like, is it going to hurt? No. Now, before I get into the video, I am very anti-mask. Obviously, I'll wear it if I have to walk into a store, but if I don't have to wear it, I won't, right? So I will go into a store until I'm told to put a mask on. And then if I'm in one of my shitty moods, I'll put a mask on because I don't want to be bothered. But I'm very anti-mask because I'm surgical mask. So the only mask you should be wearing is an N95 mask. I've said this before, or P100. Those are the two masks that are going to minimize your chances of getting COVID, not cut it out altogether. But this push with the surgical mask last year was insanely stupid because the surgical mask doesn't stop you from getting COVID, but it can stop you from spreading it, but only up to 70%, or is it 30%? 70%, sorry. So yes, that's better than nothing, obviously. And so if everyone wears a surgical mask, the theory is it cuts down on COVID spread. That's a theory. The reason why it hasn't been proven, or has been disproven, if you will, is because here in New York, for example, COVID cases are going up and people are wearing a mask left and right. There's not a person out in the street that is not wearing a mask. There's not a person in the subway system that is not wearing a mask. Yet, the COVID cases are still going up. For Christ's sake, guys, thugs and criminals and homeless people, and I'm not putting homeless people in the criminal category, I'm just saying these are people who live by their own rules, and they're wearing a mask, and yet the numbers are still going up. So when I saw certain people last year wearing the double mask, I was like, all right, that's on them if they want to do that. I don't see it hurting. It might add more protection. Who really knows? No real studies have been done. Now, there was a Japanese study. They did an actual study. I'll put the link to that in the description section below. They did a legit study, but they were using it in a N95 mask, not a surgical mask. Now, enter January 2021. Fauci is now saying that we should be wearing two masks instead of one. This fucking troll goes on to say, well, it's common sense that wearing two masks might work. Here's the key word here, guys. Might. In another interview, he goes believe. And in another interview, he said should. So he's not saying wholeheartedly it works. This is it. No, he's saying it should, it might work. Again with the fucking shoulda, woulda, couldas, guys. These fucking scientists are not bringing any science to the conversation. They're bringing mights and maybes. That's not science, last time I checked. So what he said exactly, in the last interview was, it makes common sense that it likely would be more effective. Again, likely and would be more effective. Not that it is more effective. Likely. Not that there's proof. Likely and would. Again, guys, these guys are dealing in possibilities. First of all, for people who are COVID scared, they don't want maybes. They don't want woulda, coulda, shouldas. They want concrete proof. Now, a lot of people are starting to wake up to the fact that this COVID shit is being overplayed. Yes, there are people dying. Yes, people do get sick. Obviously, I know 40-something guys have gotten sick. All right? So that's a lot of dudes. And then one of my partners from EMS passed away from this. So I know it's real. But who is it really affecting? If you look at the fire department, for example, guys, not one firefighter has died from COVID. 13,000 guys, or 13,000+ guys, and not one of us is dead from COVID. Active police officers. I think one died, and he was a detective. And he was overweight, and he had diabetes. Do you see that? And PD has like 39 or 40,000 cops. And not one active duty cop dies. And the detective, I don't know what his status was, but he was overweight, he had diabetes, he might have been riding the desk. But that was one. So look at the math there, guys. It doesn't take a fucking rocket science to tell you that people who are healthy, who are not overweight, who don't have diabetes, who don't have high blood pressure, who don't have COPD, who don't have cancer or fought cancer. These are the people that need to protect themselves, not everyone else. I know I don't. If I catch COVID, guess what, guys? I'll be okay. I'm not going to die from it. A 99.7 survival rate, I'll take my chances. So now, this double mask wearing thing came from two celebrities. I was trying to look it up, and I couldn't find who the two celebrities were, but they were pegged to be the first to be caught wearing a double mask. And I call bullshit on that. Like I said, early last year, I saw people wearing a double mask, right? People who couldn't get an N95 mask, they were wearing two surgical masks. Or they were wearing a bandana and a surgical mask. But nonetheless, they were wearing two masks already. That was last year. And I don't know the rate of people who still caught it wearing a double mask. I mean, we won't know now until they start forcing us to wear a double mask. Now, I rarely wear a double mask now as it is. I'm sorry. I rarely wear a mask as it is. Now you want me to wear two? You can kiss my dick. Seriously, kiss it, because I'm not wearing two masks. Yes, there is something to be said that it could work, but the fact that you don't have the science behind it, you shouldn't be talking about it. I think it's that simple. I don't think we should go, well, it might work. We'll have to wait and see. No, don't fucking wait and see. Go to the fucking million of laboratories that are out there around America, around the world, and do some fucking testing on masks already. Do some legit, responsible testing, and not saying, I think it might work. We don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear if you think it might work. We want to hear it works. For those of us who wear masks. For those of us who don't wear masks, I can care fucking less if it works or not, because I'm not worried about it. Because I'm not worried about catching COVID, because if I catch COVID, I'm not going to die. It's that simple. If you're not going to die from COVID, it shouldn't matter. Yes, some guys that I know took a beating with COVID. A fucking beating. A lot of guys are taking that kind of a beating. And still, that severeness of it is still on the low side. Right? So, again, the probability of you dying is less than 1%. Right? The probability of you getting it severe is fairly low. I don't know what the percentage is, so I don't want to quote it. But nonetheless, guys, now they want us to wear two masks. And then by next year, it'll be fucking 3. How about you create more N95 masks? Remember last year when they were putting out this rush? We got to get N95 mask out there. We got to get it to the people. Now you don't hear a fucking thing. And then I read an article, I think it was by Market Watch. They said that the reason why the masks are not being, the N95 masks, are not being put out there is because government agencies are still buying it. Really? Because I know a couple of government agencies where we're wearing fucking surgical masks. We're not wearing N95 masks. So what government agency are hoarding N95 masks? And they're not giving it out to the other agencies. All the cops I look at on the street, they have surgical masks on. Right? So who in the fuck is buying all the N95 masks? The N95 mask should be for the people as well. Or there should be a separate division of these N95 masks, like 3M companies, building just for civilians. And building just for federal and state and city agencies. Right? It's that simple. And then you make more factories where you have civilians and federal agencies. And now there shouldn't be a problem. Now everyone can get an N95 mask and everybody wears one mask, not fucking two. This whole COVID thing is being fucked up by everyone. People wanted to blame Trump. Eat a dick. It wasn't Trump. It was everyone. You can blame Trump and then all the way down to the fucking mayors, because everyone fucked this up. Because it wasn't simple. It's not a simple task to close off airlines. You know what? Airplanes from these said countries are not coming to the United States. Done. You slow it down. You're not going to stop it, but you slow it down. All right, guys, you know what? We're going to wear a mask. We got to up the production in N95 masks so every American citizen could have one a day. That's a lot of masks. I mean, that's probably unrealistic, but you get what I'm saying, right? Now, we got to come out of pocket to buy more surgical masks so that we can wear 2 a day. Because in theory, you're supposed to wear them for a couple of hours and then toss them. Instead, all of a sudden, people like follow the science. Really, the science on a surgical mask says a couple of hours a day. And then you have to put a new one on. So you might be burning through 3 or 4 a day. Instead, it's okay that you wear one for a straight week. Now, all of a sudden, that science changed. So, guys, a lot is not making sense with this. We all know why this is not making sense. I do not want to say it. I do not have to say it. This is all bogus bullshit. This is what I'm seeing. This is what's starting to come together. There are people that are finally starting to wake up to the bullshit of this whole thing. All right, guys, so this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for joining me on the Angry Truth channel. Like and subscribe to this channel. You can also follow me as the Angry Prepper on the Angry Prepper channel. I also have Rumble and BitChute accounts under the Angry Prepper network, so that it covers both videos from the Angry Truth channel and the Angry Prepper channel. All right, guys, thank you for watching.